folks. It's 10:12 a.m. on the first day of October 2022. A oneness day. So, right, I have a deep concern now for New York, Connecticut, Long Island, and Bridgeport through this area in here. These are old stomping grounds, and I know what happens when it rains here like it's going to. The arrival of this rain at high tide is going to cause maximum impact for New York City, Yonkers, yeah, Great Neck, Glen Cove. As we get into Connecticut, Stamford, a lot of rich people home through here. I'm telling you, they're going to scream for something to be done. Norwalk, there's some hills up around this area too, so it's going to drain down into the bottoms. Bridgeport, some very, very impoverished neighborhoods through there as well, and it floods on that side here, tends to. So they're going to be in great difficulty. New Haven and all through this area, New Haven, North Haven, West Haven, Bradford, and all this. I'm going to just tell you straight off the top of my head. Your coastal areas are going to see something you ain't seen in a long time. You're going to hear comparisons to Haiti. I guarantee you will. So Bridgeport, your high tides tomorrow when this hits. What's going to hit in about 12 hours. So you got your 5 a.m.s and your 5 p.m.s. It's coming right at high tide. New York City, same. I went and looked. Maximum impact. Your high tide is, after to that would be 7 p.m. my time. But I'm just telling you, count the hours. You're looking about 12 hours, right? This thing's going to hit you right about here. You're in high tide zone. And if the wall coming ashore is also going to add to the impact, the wind and the waves is going to make this a deadly situation for New York City and for coastal New England. And now I'm going to show you what's going on. All right, here's the storm as it's been split. An EMF move has happened. The split is going on the other side of the mountains here, and it's coming up the coast in two different storms, and they're going to meet again later up here. This is how I said that was going to happen, because the setup was there. The beams said so. The beams always say so. They do what they do. I'm just right now going over as it came across the Carolinas as it did its landfall. This is landfall. Boom, booming and pluming right here. Boom, 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 plume. Big, huge area of energized air with bombs going off. 1, 2, 3 here in a delta formation. This one here is also in a triangle. Delta formation here and here next to each other side by side, fueling the demise of people. Geoengineering the weather. Why is it jumping? I don't want to save the frame. Click to play. Okay, that's why. Because it refreshed. It wasn't very refreshing when it refreshed. That was the latest, greatest of what. Where it is right now is over here. I'm just going to roll the frames. This is the last, and I'll do a backup. Alright? It's over here on the corner of North Carolina and Virginia, North Carolina and the South Carolina border where the mountains are. And there where Stone Mountain, Georgia, and all this kind of stuff is. This is a very critical spot to split the law. You send part of it here up this side. There's a mountain range running from here. It will not go past the Appalachians. The Appalachian Trail can also be used to trail storms on either side. So that move is going on now. And as that moisture splits, the momentum of the spinning of the law is still there. It's just now it's free to more impact the coastal areas from about here on all in a sweat. And then this comes up and around, and there'll be wetness all through here, but not torrential. But you'll see some very heavy downpours. North Carolina's just seen the worst of what they're going to get. Yeah. You pretty much are getting out of the woods there, thank goodness. You got some spinners out here on the low deck, but it's not the high top clouds that you were seeing. Now if I go to the mosaic on the next rad and show you what's going on. Alright, we're going to load this in 96 frames. We'll see what kicked on, what left the corridor. I want to go back further than this actually. So let's do that. It's not enough nuts there. I don't know what the N stands for. But I know it changes the amount of time. And I've got it set on 10-minute jumps. So let's let this animation roll. Okay? As it came ashore. The next rad's kicked on in certain corridors and left certain gaps. And there's one of the gaps here, and the other gap is here. So it came in through this area here. And I showed you that on a previous video. Alright, where was it? Got a NEXRAD rays coming out from down here, clearly being seen in this storm, right as it came ashore, right here. It's the split, but it was a predicted geoengineering move. See, NEXRADs, then you'll watch these go off. They have to let it in. Let it in. And the corridor of discontent for the east was remained here. The curveball. And it's going up over the mountains now doing that move. It's following that path where it's going to go up through West Virginia like I said it would the other day. All I did was read, that's interesting. Now you see it. Look at the time. Oh. Now suddenly something came on and off. There was a radar sudden nucleation going on, or a piece of added data in the mix in the form of a V shape going that direction, like a ship at sea. It's not necessarily the SBX that everybody keeps showing me, this radar platform. It's always seen when it's going. I'm telling you, it's big. They got plenty of other ships that can handle rough seas better than it can. I'm just following this center of just continual, just targeting of this one area. But suddenly you didn't have it, and suddenly you did. Oh, it's entered in the area, and then it's all there, right? It just the nonsensical. It was much smoother when it came on the other day, so it's like they took data out. But the beams are off now. Here, Chico move. So wider, and then that has to kick off to allow this into a corridor. Then you'll see these kick on to pin it, yeah, to keep it from going south. This is how NEXRAD control the weather of a huge storm, by making heated outflows in energized areas and using chem. This is geoengineering, and I've been studying it for a long time. You study by observation, isn't it? When something they don't offer a class in school. They must be offering a class in school because it's going on. But it's probably a military thing. It's got to be secret. You couldn't have everybody know how to do this. How come I figured it out? See it come on? To pin. It's off. And then the moisture went beyond it, up toward the mountain or area of the corner of South Carolina. And it kicks in. Shoves it. Boom. Blast. Now this blast is a welcomer. You see the rays got gaps, those create different flows, and it'll accommodate the storm moving into that area. See, this is exceedingly guilty, that NEXRAD. Oh my God. Would you look at the girl beaming it up, beaming. You could beam some sense into some people that operate over around here. Yeah, it's Washington, D.C. That's where I'm pointing. You can give them, beam some sense into their heads. They sure try to beam some nonsense into ours. You see that square there over the top of the radar? Right here. Forming a square. Right over this radar station. Yep. Jumping forward in 10-minute jumps as it heads toward New England. You are about to be impacted by the tidal influences of this storm. And it's not a very cool thing for me to have to watch happen. Because this is where I grew up. When I cut school, this is where I went. What's the line range? So I'm going to read the squares here. Why are there even squares in a rotating storm? Why is this chemtrail out here? Why is this out there? Because it's a chemtrail and it's being used chemical catalysts in your skies. Now some of you are new to me here, so I want to show you something. Geoengineering balloons, Paris. Here's a document put out by Siggy Online. He's a very respected presenter of documents and stuff. And this guy here is the author. Mr. Burns thinks it's excellent to put this document together, but he's just a collator of information. If I go to page 13 of this document, you'll see down here at the bottom where it says potential delivery vehicles for stratospheric sulfur dioxide injection include aircraft, artillery shells, and stratospheric balloons, right? Through direct injections of sulfuric acid. You remember when the acid rain was bad? Well, it still is. All right, down here they quote all sorts of things that you would need to look up. Okay, about costs. One of these even said titanium oxide to be used right here. Other chemicals. You see this here? There are also you suggested that other chemicals be used. What did that just happen? Oh, did I just get that document? Well, I'm sorry, I didn't know that was going to happen. look at what was doing it. What did it just give me? I don't know, but I know you know what I'm going to do. Well, here's something to look at. It just told me. I think I just downloaded the whole PDF. Geoengineering Parts 1, 2, and 3, hearing before the Committee of Science Technology, House of Representatives, 111th Congress, first session and second session, November 5th, 2009, February 4th, 2010. This is just, I've just uncovered a little something, something. I don't know what it is. I don't know what I just did. I'm just going to go look at it. Shall we look at this for a moment? Evidently, it's well showing you right here is where you could find this at HTTP Science House, and all I did was click this PDF of this other document I was looking at, and it came up. There's names. Tennessee chair, Washington chair, subcommittees of energy, all agreeing to do this to you. Witness list. See, we got a lot of pouring through. Okay, we're going to look at this document set. So let's pop that on the chat. Because we got some homework to do. I have found something. Something has been given to us by Oneness. Oneness said, hey, Robert, look at this. So Robert will now share. And I'm going to go back to what I was looking at. And we'll go over that as wet your whistle a little bit. We'll go back to this here. All right, there's this one. I'm going to get that to you too. Copying the link, pops it into the live feed, and you guys get your homeworks to do. Something for you to do on these rainy days, besides gazing into each other's eyes and reforming love with your partners, which I want you to do. Right? See it? This has just been suggested. I could show you more than a suggestion. Stratospheric aerosol, associated engineering parameters. You got all sorts of things. Low intensity geoengineering should be seriously considered. Serious consideration, bull atomic scientists. It is some bull going about. There's so many things to read about in this that they want to do to the Earth system, known as geoengineering. Right, so if we go back to the COD, we get to see the stink of it all. Stinking cod, leave weather to God. Chemtrails are bad. Chemtrails over the Gulfs of stream waters, streaming chemicals down on people and all the steeples. I'm telling you, you go to church on the weekend, you better pray these steps. Okay, please do. I welcome you to. In whatever shape or form your prayers go to. Now we're going to look at the shortwave radar. All right, that's what's going on now. I'm going to change sectors. I want to go a little more local. I want to have a look at this area right here. Sub-regional sector. I'm going to go right here. Let's see what's feeding this storm as it comes ashore. Okay, that's going to be difficult to see, but this will not. I don't know what that cackling's going on, but that's definitely something going on. Boy, isn't it dizzying? All right, what we got here is Virginia, Delaware, Maryland, Pennsylvania, New Jersey, New York, Connecticut, Massachusetts, right here, Rhode Island, and Vermont, New Hampshire, and tip of Maine. Okay? Because the rains from Maine can come from plains, and they're using balloons, right? So now take balloons into your calculations of what is leaving a chemical trail of catalyst in the skies that's making clouds. These clouds are real. Don't tell me they're not. But they are being made through man-made means. And through these chem bombs you see consistently being deployed in this one spot. I'm going backwards. 10-minute jumps. Timestamps down here. Okay? So you can see this is October 1st when they're October in your world. And this is like an hour's worth of or so of data of what's happening. Big plumes coming up as they blow up the storm. This is not the naturally occurring cloud formation. These are electromagnetic frequency type waves actually nucleating and reacting with the chemtrails. I'm going backwards. So let's see what they did. Squared out area, they got bomb. Boom, boom, boom. Boom, boom, boom. Boom, 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 boom. Boom, 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 boom. Boom, boom, boom. It's almost a little too zoomed in. I'm going to go sub-regional. Let's have the eastern seaboard. Let's see where it's going up toward Canada. Okay, that'll give me a different view. Different view for me and you. Ah, look at West Virginia. They're bombing you. Bomb, 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 bomb them again. This should load now. Look at all these chemtrails consistently being deployed back and forth through here from the airports. There's a lot of airports here. You ought to see it at about 6 o'clock in the morning when they land. Oh my God. That's music from another country, folks. That's how Nigerians sing. They'll rival English karaoke in his house. But Chubby, she's happy. Don't ever take your happiness vibe away from your house, even if you don't like the tune. Like the vibe. Boom, boom, boom went the plume off the coast of Virginia and Delaware. What is Delaware? New Jersey, of course. Come on, get the old jokes in your head. Because boy, is New York about to get it clobbered. It's up to you, you dorks. You dorks. Da 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 da. Can bomb, 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 bomb. Bomb, 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 bomb. The shitty weather blues. Do, 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 do. You see it? See the bombs going off in a triangular formation? Yo, you see that? This is over Amish country. This is toxifying them. This is something they did not ask for in their beautiful lives. When modern comes to you, you have no choice. Why is it jumping like that? Oh, because it's going to side. Oh, hey, we got a new dock to have fun with. I'm backwards jumping now. Because this stuff's trail in this direction. You suddenly see a flow going the wrong way when I'm doing that. You know you see something that's being propelled. And these are in 10-minute jumps now. I'll go there. Back and forth above the Virginia mountain. The Shenandoah River. This is the Shenandoah Valleys over here, you know. The Shenandoah. That's right. These famous places you hear about in science are here being bombed right now over the tops of beautiful foliage that should be displayed in beautiful magnificence with all the colors of the chakra rainbow that are the trees themselves on display. And they are taking that away with these storms as the fingers of the wind strip the leaves from the trees and the wallets from people's pockets. You need to get your sense back and your integrity and say no to chemtrails. Say no to this. Off the coast of New York. This is disgusting. Now let's look at the forecast. Here's the weather plan. I'll put it here so you can see the snows. This is a lot of rain coming. And she ain't over yet. This one here is still hanging about. Remember, flood the streams and give them a dousing. What happens? They'll be floating down the Delaware, chewing on their underwear. We damn sure can't afford to buy another pair because they're not essential clothing, evidently, according to some people who think that's not essential, while other things are. That's all I'm gonna say about that. The Four Corners getting their freaking thunderstorms. Oh my God! Trying not to swear. I'm doing my best. And then she goes out to sea and she streamers over toward to be sent actually in a curveball toward the Bay of Biscay. All the pressures say that. And in the back tail of this again, hammered the down east area like where they did Hurricane Bob did Washington, North Carolina so bad they actually relocated the community, and it was the oldest independent black incorporated community in the United States. It's the first one, as far as I understood that. So you want to talk about having geoengineering move black history somewhere else, that happened. And that's a black chapter in geoengineering. Because they sent Bob, and then they sent Fran, and it devastated this area as well, which just absolutely got ripped. Where do you see the pictures? Yep. Under the light of day, many things can be exposed, including #expose the 28. Look into that. The line of storms coming up through here is not good. But I'm digressing. I just wanted to cover this here. And now I'd like to take a little bit of time for Australia, because I've seen their chem conditions you had today were absolutely horrendous. I'm going off the cod. I'm going to go on load sat view. And what I've seen for you guys today on the images you sent me along the coastal areas of New South Wales and Queensland is nothing short of a crime scene. It is definitely what it looks like when the gas chamber comes to you. Now, for those with tender ears, turn left now. These are some very high tops, so these are going to be very big storms, right? That one there's raging. See how flat it is on one side? And I'm going to go with the infrared grayscale cities. Things around. Let's get that to load. It's gonna do a gap for a minute. Live with it. I'm gonna do the world view as well, because you should be in for this morning. At least the coast should be up. Yeah, I got eyes. Right, so let's do this. Let's show you guys your pictures of what you showed me this morning. Okay, as above, so below. And what is above and below should never blow, other than sweet breezes, sweet rivers flowing. Look at the heavy EMF here, right? So that should show up. What's that view doing? Oh yeah, you get fried, getting fried, Australia style. Here it comes. Here it comes. As I move that, it should move. Now let's go here. Boy, you guys getting it. The main plume was being done over you here. So that's gonna do that. While that do that, I do this. Because if the weather's gonna be doo-doo, I gotta do this. Do this, do that, do this, do that. I'm rolling a lot at once. I'm really testing it. People are walking in front of the modem. This might not be going well. How's it doing? Yes, doing well. Doing well. It's going well. It's going to go well. Otherwise, I got to go, oh well. Oh my God. Would you look at the girl? Bzzz, the nipple ripple. Boom, boom, boom. The center of the big bass speaker thumping. Boom, 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 boom. Moving them storms. Hemming the chem, man. Hemming the chem. Colliding it together so that the droplets get bigger. Who else is frying you? Mighty circular here around Alice Spring about a bing dang dong, and a little bit of fuzz here under Mount Isis, just centered around their next red. Let's see what we got over here as I do a quick shot. Oh, you got a beam and all that focused out to here. What do you got, a mobile truck? Fitzroy Crossing? Let's see what the head job's going on over here in Headland. Yeah. The owners of the weather from here to here, they sweep it this way or that way from Broome. Happens all the time. And Exmouth has one of the biggest radars you've ever seen. And I'm not going to cover that today. It's known as Holt Base. You got homework to do. Yeah, it's just crap. Where do you see the chem? You get a radar fuzz here just to the mild Dura, which is totally irritating me. Not quite mild. Bzzz. Rumbling, but it's not doing a hard push. It's just energizing. Your main storms are here. So let's have a quick look. Let's run you an hour. Yeah. This area is getting some really bad. That's going to be flash floodings. Flash flood. Flash flood alert for the river. Here she comes. Did somebody predict that was going to happen? What's your quick accumulation looking like? Not bad. Not bad. Come on, give me the 10. Oh. 10. This should be north of you. Yes, the swath is still the same. Oh my God, they're starting to get on it, Sydney. Here you go, Penrith. Have it. Let's go here. And now this broadcast brought to you by Mike Tyson, as he goes over here and starts to use the metric system. I love how he talks. He owns it. Let me put the smack down. I says, I had a house in Lisco. Lisco, duck. I gotta make light of this because it's anything but light to me. That's heavy rain. Alright, closes the settings down. Alright, you're back in Mills. You ready for this? And the race is on. You're gonna get you good paddling down the hill, right? Because somebody needs it paddling to have some fun in this. And the rains are gonna get big, and as we get toward bigger. Gets bigger. And well, geoengineering is getting old, not young, near young. At the crossroads of our creeks here, he's going to have difficulties. This is a difficulty spot. Hi, this town here, you might want to reconsider your weekend plans. Or the next week's plans over here now. Bell End Ben. Oh no, wall and bend. Well, somebody bent a bell. Oh well, look, just happens to be a big railroad junction over here again. Dad, wait do you see when I show you the layover, the map of where this hurricane in the states is going with their smart freaking wantings of new systems as well, and you're gonna go, hey, that looks like Clara. I'll go, in a backhand way, it is. Clara is a multinational corporation. There's some heavy falls scheduled to come through here between these 5-day periods. And over here specifically, all at once, man, here it comes. It's just another geostorm. You should be used to it by now. Now you should be used to it. Look how much of your country they say is getting covered. But I kind of says, no, 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 wait a minute. 5 days here is go, oh no, it's going to be here. And most of this is coming now. Watch this, over your 24-hour totals and 2-day totals off Brizzy, Gold Coast, and all this beautiful surfing paradises and paradisios, and this rain here across from Lismore here could come ashore. All ashore, it's coming ashore. Hey, let's go over here again, because what's all here is running down toward there. Why? Because water runs like diarrhea, man. It seeks the ground. You guys, it will be leveled with you. Yeah, it's been absolutely shit weather, isn't it? It's sharting outside. I hear the noises. They're spraying gases, and there's liquid falling on you. This sounds like a shark to me. Shark bombs. They came and took away your sunny skies. They bombed my whales up here, and then I screamed, the colors on! I cried. My God, it is. Look at the bombs going over my whales. Boom, 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 here. Boom. Come on. You can do this, cursor. This is a oneness day, and oneness needs to show up. And when somebody says to me, Robert, oneness is going to show up, I always, oh, thank you. I love when oneness shows up, because it could be a good thing. But when the oneness shows up that corrects this, it's going to be the most beautiful thing of all that I could ever think of. When they stop bombing that falls out over water because of the greeds of the needs of the people that dwell the land, exceeding the needs of the many. The needs of the few should never outdo the needs of the many. And it's going to take the heroic acts of the few to stop what's going on. What's going on? There's too many of you dying. Really, man, what's going on in the soccer fields and football practice fields to the children right now is an unspoken crime being blamed on other things. It needs full investigation of honesty. Look at the square forms here going over this place here. And this place here, hashtag exposed to 28 is rolling today. I hear you missed a special guest down there. Bomb. Look at this going out. Hi, is that obvious to you yet? Backwards, backwards, inwards, inward, and reverse. Boom! That's right, and this will interact with that. It will cause electrical potential. It will blow up the storms. It will create It will create lift and convections that fuel storms, that create the natural conditions of a natural weather from a natural mother nature who is being treated very, very poorly by our children. We're acting like brats, and we wonder why we're getting a smack. And this is coming with a smack. Yep. The cam boom 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 of Sedona continues. Boom, boom, boom went the plumes, less of Adelaide. What more could you want in life, right? Than a big old chem-bombed up garden full of veg. I got lettuce growing. How's it tasted? Yeah, it's all chem-bombed all to hell. Did you listen about having to cover your stuff up? How you getting your water free of this fallout? Please tell me. Yeah. So if your water in your garden is something else, you can't tell me you got organic anyway. Here's the big six. The devil, the devil, the devil, the devil. There's another one. The devil, the devil, the devil. Where's the third? It'll be here. My imaginary will find when, look, here's the 6th here. The devil, the devil, the devil went down to Australia and he was looking for some homes to steal. He wanted the railway to sell, and he made the air smell, and he didn't even care to make a deal. He came across a big storm, and he boom, boom, plumed it and made things hot. And he fueled up and hit it with a rain bomb, and boy, well, I'll tell you what. I'll tell you what. It's time to take control back of our lives, of our world, of nature itself. We never need to control. As I look down here off the coast of Newcastle, the booming and the plumings continued. Muswell Brook. Bzzz, getting fried from Sydney, getting fried in Katoomba. Oranges, cooked oranges. Dip it in chocolate and have a dessert. All these squares in your sky being caused by the geoengineers referenced in documents that I showed you previous to my swearing festival just now, which I'm trying to rein in. Boom, bada, boom, 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 boom. Boom, 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 boom. Yeah, it's like a stop sign. Durr! That's how you say stop in Turkish. And that duh is how you point out stupid in English. Durr! Higher! Also means stop. It needs to stop. Geoengineering es muy mal por environmente. It's very profitable for the hospitals. Profitable rhymes with hospital. The profitable hospital should never be said in the same words. It's a healing place where people go to heal. No, they don't. You don't see a healing ward in a hospital, do you? Nah. There's no curing wards in a hospital, are there? Only treatments. Only the perpetual selling you of the leaky tire. Well, you know what? We never ever need to do something they sometimes call a vaccine for this guy. And I've heard it called that. How fucking dare you ever think Mother Nature isn't anything but perfectly in control of herself. And I'll tell you what, if those plumes right there, simultaneous deployments, in the same shape, in squares, and grow it toward each other as they do things, that just went the opposite direction of the flow. Everything's moving this way. This one says, nah, I think I'll go towards the coast. I'm backwards in it. Watch this. Right, everything's flowing this way. Something's propelling it forward. And that's not cool. Bombs going off. Bomb, bada, bomb, 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 bombed again. Cam, bomb, 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 bombed your air. They did. They bombed you all to hell. They're flooding you out. And it's not cool. Not cool at all. Well, let me show you the weather plan for the next bit. And yes, New Zealand, I will include you in the picture. I'll give you that's till Wednesday. That's not enough. Right, here's what's coming up. Alright, here you are now, right? As the storms come across the middle and that reference comes over, right? The pressure, comes over. Once the twain meets, watch. Here it comes. That one I said was down there, she's there, man. She's there. It happened, it happened, it happened. And your next one's right here. It's right here. Back to back to backs. This is not over yet. You got another two coming. This is 1, 2, 3. And guess what's over here? A break. I see a break. So, that's good news. But that could change at any time, because you ready for this one? It's easy to move rain from here into this direction to suddenly bring it from this tropical rainforest, Uganda, that has just been flooded with water. So the moisture's all there now in the Sudan, Central Africa, Cameroon, Nigeria, and Benin, and Guinea and all that. All this can come this way, and some be sent this way, and I'm expecting that. So, with that said, I've dizzied you enough, and here it comes. If you care to help me support this work, you could do so by contacting me. You could buy some jewelry, buy a book if you're in Australia. It's good support. Send me some kind words, or use PayPal. Even though they ask for where money goes and stuff, say it's going to me. It's okay. I report my earnings at the end of every year. Yeah, I'm a good boy. If it's under a certain amount, you don't have to report it. It never is. I live in poverty level line. Oh my God, look at the lightning coming through here on Tuesday, my time. Okay, now. So that'll be early in the morning on Wednesday, your time, Australia. Where the CNT's the rest of Australia, and the flooding of Queensland begins. And I think the totals are much higher than they're saying. You'll be looking at the 12 centimeter range easily. And they're not showing it yet. Up to quick 10 days. Yeah, some of these areas are even higher than that. I'm not in agreement with these totals at all. Darwin, wow. When are you getting yours? You should get yours in the next 3 days. 5. They're planning a movement of moisture Where are they going to move it from? It's got to come from here. So we'll be watching for that. Right? That's not there right now. Don't dish your own ease, okay? Look, there's 3 days where have it. Have that. Please take that with you. It's okay. All right? It's okay. We can control some things and we should never attempt to. Satellites looking pretty much like what I just showed you. It verifies the images are being shown. It's saying you got the ass cloud over here farting toward Perth. Is that why your air smells bad? I don't know. That's where two flows are meeting. I'm gonna run it. Well, let's give ourselves a few hours. This is how far this moved in 2 hours.